Amy. I had to share a real life experience with you that happened to me this morning that I think really explains a lot of the reasons why we may be losing some new patient opportunities. See, I've had some issues with my elbow, and like all super moms, I've been putting off getting it addressed, thinking it'll just go away. But last night it actually kept me up quite a bit. And so this morning I called the orthopedist that both of my girls have seen several times over the years. We know him very well. He takes great care of them. He's actually the team doctor for one of the high school's football teams here in town, and does a wonderful job. And so I called their office this morning and I said, my name is Amy Drury. My daughters have seen doctor, but I haven't, and I'd like to make an appointment. And so the gal asked me a couple times, so you're a new patient? I said, yes, I will be a new patient. And she said, oh, well, let me see if we have any room for a new patient. So that was kind of first red flag. Oh, see if we have any room for a new patient. Well, you and I both probably know what she meant. She was probably looking for a space for new patients. So lesson number one, make sure you block spaces for new patients so that you know exactly where they are, you can find them quickly, and you don't have to see if you have a spot. So that was the first thing that was a little frustrating. Well, then before she even got to find if she had a spot, she said, what insurance do you have? I said, well, I have Blue Cross. It's the same as my girls who've been patients there for several years. Oh, well, I need to know if it's one that we take. I said, well, I think it is because, again, my girls have both seen doctors several times. And so she's not listening to me. She's making insurance a priority instead of building the relationship first. So that's lesson number two. Don't ask insurance right off the bat. First thing is, let me see if we have room for you. Second thing is, what insurance do you have? Now, many of us have been trained to ask that question, but what I'm asking of you is let them bring it up first, okay? For dental patients, they're going to tell you, I have insurance. Do you take my insurance? They will bring it up, I promise, okay? But don't be the first one to go there and make big issue of it. Or at least wait until you've built the relationship first if you're in a position where you aren't comfortable taking that off the table. But let's not do it right at the beginning of the conversation. So anyhow, we go through this process. We finally found an appointment a few days down the road, which really doesn't work very well because it's bothering me now. But regardless, once she scheduled that, then she asked for my name. Okay. Now, you remember I gave it to her in the very beginning of the phone call, but she doesn't remember that. So she said, now what is your name? I said, well, my name is Amy Drury. She said, and can you give me your address? And she starts asking all these questions. I said, you could probably cross-reference. My daughters, Emily and Gloria, have both been patients there for several years, and nothing's changed. We live in the same house, same phone number, same insurance, everything's the same. Well, I need to get it from you. And I said, okay, so you can't just get it from their file? And she said, no, I can't bring up their file and put in information on your new file at the same time. So I'm feeling a little ornery at this point. And I said, well, what if once we hang up, you're able to look for that information? And she said, I can't do that. So, again, it's just somebody that's caught up in a habit or a bad system that really isn't very patient friendly. Okay, because they already have my information. It makes perfect sense to be able to ask, has anything changed? Has your address changed? Has your insurance changed? No, we've had all the same information for 23 years. So anyhow, that's very, very frustrating. See, we put gathering information priority over a relationship. So there's lesson number 3. Let's build a relationship first, and let's not put so much emphasis on gathering information because that's how we've always done it. Okay, whether it's on the phone call or when the patient first comes in, please don't greet them with a clipboard. Let's build a relationship first. The other thing that I know is going to happen, even though she took time to gather all this information from me over the phone, when and if, which by the way, I'll get to this in a moment, but if I were to show up for my appointment on Friday, which, if I were a typical patient and didn't know what I know being in the industry I'm in, I probably would not show up for that appointment. Okay, I've already made some calls. We'll probably be going to a different doctor, but just because I'm nice, I will call and cancel that. But a lot of patients won't. You know, they're frustrated and they found another better option, and you know, they'll just keep that appointment and no-show. So if you have a lot of new patients no-showing, that might be an indication that maybe there's something in that phone call that is not something the patient wants to hear. So, you know, here's the thing. As much as I love this doctor, I'm just not feeling comfortable with his team and with the way, or at least the front desk person, and the way that she answered the phone and the way she dealt with my call. So, you know, we've been going in for 9 years now. My girls have, but I probably won't be going in for this problem. And so, you know, what might we be saying or not saying that might be an issue? Here's another thing that she asked for. And again, in my orneriness, I kind of gave her a little challenge on this. She asked for my social security number over the phone. Well, do we really need that over the phone, first of all? And so I asked her that. I said, well, the insurance is through my husband's. You've got my husband's social. You mind me asking what you need my social for? Well, we just need it. So, well, what are you doing with that information? We're just supposed to get it. Okay, so again, this is a team member who cannot do what makes sense in the situation. They, you know, haven't been given the freedom, first of all, to do what it takes to get the patient through the door and to do that in a friendly fashion. And they're just kind of stuck in old ways. And so, you know, do you understand what it takes to build a relationship over the phone and to get the patient through the door? Because really, those are the only two objectives that you have. You know, you can get their social security number and birth date later. Don't ask for sensitive information over the phone. Don't ask for duplicate information. Just get them through the door. So again, I hope you don't mind me sharing that with you. I will keep you updated and let you know what transpires from this. But as of now, I will probably not be going to that appointment on Friday. It might be that I put up with this elbow for a little bit longer, but just not going to do that. So hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye-bye.